There's this vigorous debate on Twitter that's happening right now, and it's whether or not Thomas Jefferson was a racist. It's kind of hilarious because during the Trump era, this was foretold. I mean, the prophet has peered into the hearts of progressive individuals and saw where the progress is eventually going to lead up, because they keep attacking the stone men, right? Like they keep attacking statues, and eventually it was obvious that they're going to attack Thomas Jefferson. Like the arguments are there. I mean, he had slaves and he said a couple of racist things. So therefore, how can you say that he is not a racist? But conservatives are defending the reputation of Thomas Jefferson without being able to articulate why exactly, without knowing why the progressives are attacking him. And I will do my best job to explain. You see, when they call Thomas Jefferson a racist, they're not being historians that are studying every avenue of history and they're like, oh, wait, you know what? Actually, this man was a racist. Oh, I figured it out and I want to be accurate. No, they're not doing that, because notice how they're not attacking Karl Marx. In fact, if you're a conservative and you want to defend the Thomas Jefferson statue, then just put a fake beard on him, make him look like Karl Marx, and the progressives will leave it alone. The reason that they are attacking the founding fathers of the United States is because this is completely cynical. They want to subvert his moral authority, destroying his social standing, so that you can socially destroy his views on government and liberty. This is why they're attacking the American founding fathers. Because what their actual goal is to attack the Bill of Rights. Right? So if you can conclude that America's founding fathers were all racists, then what they create must be racist as well. This is the genetic fallacy that the progressives love to use. Because every single human being has good things about them and bad things about them. But they believe that if a person does bad things, so if a person does racism, then everything that the person does is racist. This is why they will even fire plumbers or try to get the janitor canceled culture. Because of this mindset, right? Like they believe, okay, well, if the janitor said something racist on Twitter, then everything he does is racist and tainted. And therefore, even when he cleans, the environment becomes racist. Unironically, it's what the professors from the academia believe. So the thing with the Bill of Rights is that it's an old, ancient document that changed not only the history of the United States, but that of the world. Because many nations before the Bill of Rights, they believed in the divine right to rule. So they believe that God owns the nation because he created everything. And then God anoints one person to be in charge of that nation, usually the king. And because of that, that person is above the law, because the law actually comes from him. It comes from God through him to the people. So the king is now above the law. The king is infallible. And that was the way people viewed until the Bill of Rights, which claims, well, actually, all of us are created equal. Very important distinction. We're not equal. We're created equal. And there should be no difference between the king and a citizen. So the reason that the Bill of Rights as a document lasted so long as it did, and is still going to last, is because it's counterintuitive for people to give it away. Like an attack on the Bill of Rights is an attack on your rights as an individual, right? Like the Bill of Rights kind of protects you from the government, if you will, right? Like it suggests that the people who live in this nation believe in these things, and if you attack these things, you're attacking the people themselves. So it's very difficult to dismantle it, right? So how do Marxists want to do it? How do progressives want to do it? They want to use shame in order to dismantle the bill, right? So by using shame, by saying, well, this bill was made by racist people, and therefore the bill is racist, and as such, if you support the bill, you're only supporting it because you're a racist, then they can dismantle the bill, right? Like at least that's what they hope. They will hope that enough people will be completely ashamed of it, that they will believe it's a bad thing, and they were going to dismantle it. And at the university level, they succeeded. Like, there have been many polls and surveys done to university students that do believe that the American Constitution is fundamentally racist. Because it allows for free speech, which doesn't allow the ban of hate speech, so on and so forth, right? The problem that neo-Marxists have with the Bill of Rights is the fact that it goes against their main goal, which is to seize the assets from people. They want to seize the private property, right? Like you have like different versions of Marxism, the same way you have like different versions of cats. You know, you have a lion, you have a tiger, you have a panther, a house cat. They're different, but at the end of the day, they're still part of the feline species, right? Like they're still part of the feline tree. So they have their differences, but they have a lot of things in common. It's the same thing with the offshoots of the Marxist ideology. You can call it gender studies, queer theory, post-colonialism studies, right? Like, they have various names, but at the end of the day, they talk about the same thing. They talk about redistribution of wealth. So they want to take the wealth that belongs to private people and then redistribute it. The problem with this mentality is that throughout human history, the people seizing the wealth rarely, if ever, redistributed the way they initially claimed. Usually they never redistributed at all, or they just redistributed amongst friends and families. But the Bill of Rights prevent them from doing that. First of all, by giving people free speech. Like, notice whenever you have someone that's with diversity, inclusivity, and equity orientation, they rarely, if ever, are able to debate against someone that's pro-capitalism and pro-liberty and freedom. And this is why they require censorship. This is why on every single internet forum, the moment the moderation goes away, the forum becomes right-wing. It's an anti-human type of ideology with a lot of contradictions that require the Trust and Safety Councils to protect it. So they don't like the fact that people are allowed to carry weapons. It is very difficult to seize one's property if they can defend themselves. So this is why they're attacking Thomas Jefferson. All right, like most conservatives probably understand this at a subconscious level, but now you're also able to articulate exactly what they are doing, right? It's not, oh, well, I'm attacking Thomas Jefferson because I want to be historically accurate. Although, like, some people on Twitter may actually do this, like, not understand what the goal is. So when you tell them that you just want to attack the Bill of Rights, they will think that you're crazy. But it's all interconnected. It's intersectional. They want to challenge the morality of the American fathers. They want to go after the character of the American fathers so that they can then say that America is racist. The Bill of Rights comes from the United States and it comes from the fathers. So therefore, that is racist as well. And the only reason you like it is because you're a racist and you support racist things, right? So they're trying to use the shame tactic in order to convince people that free speech is bad. And again, they succeeded this at the university level. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.